Chapter 6 Pratyahara and Dharana, Part 2. The first lesson then is to sit for some time and let the mind run on. The mind is bubbling up all the time. It is like that monkey jumping about. Let the monkey jump as much as he can. You simply wait and watch. Knowledge is power, says the proverb, and that is true. Until you know what the mind is doing, you cannot control it. Give it the rein. Many hideous thoughts may come into it. You will be astonished that it was possible for you to think such thoughts. But you will find that each day the mind's vagaries are becoming less and less violent, that each day it is becoming calmer. In the first few months, you will find that the mind will have a great many thoughts. Later, you will find that they have somewhat decreased. And in a few more months, they will be fewer and fewer until at last the mind will be under perfect control. But we must patiently practice every day. As soon as the steam is turned on, the engine must run. As soon as things are before us, we must perceive. So a man, to prove that he is not a machine, must demonstrate that he is under the control of nothing. This controlling of the mind and not allowing it to join itself to the centers is pratyahara. How is this practiced? It is a tremendous work, not to be done in a day. Only after a patient, continuous struggle for years can we succeed. After you have practiced pratyahara for a time, take the next step, the dharana, holding the mind to certain points. What is meant by holding the mind to certain points? Forcing the mind to feel certain parts of the body to the exclusion of others. For instance, try to feel only the hand to the exclusion of the other parts of the body. When the chitta or mind stuff is confined and limited to a certain place, it is dharana. This dharana is of various sorts, and along with it, it is better to have a little play of imagination. For instance, the mind should be made to think of one point in the heart. That is very difficult. An easier way is to imagine a lotus there. That lotus is full of light, effulgent light. Put the mind there, or think of the lotus in the brain as full of light or of the different centers in the Sushma mentioned before. The yogi must always practice. He should try to live alone. The companionship of different sorts of people distracts the mind. He should not speak much because to speak distracts the mind. The mind cannot be controlled after a whole days of hard work. One observing the above rules becomes a yogi. Such is the power of yoga, and even the least of it will bring a great amount of benefit. It will not hurt anyone, but it will benefit everyone. First of all, it will tone down nervous excitement, bring calmness, enable us to see things more clearly. The temperament will be better, and the health will be better. Sound health will be one of the first signs, and a beautiful voice. Defects in the voice will be changed. This will be among the first of the many effects that will come. Those who practice hard will get many other signs. Sometimes there will be sounds as a peal of bells heard at a distance, commingling and falling on the ear as one continuous sound. Sometimes things will be seen, little specks of light floating and becoming bigger and bigger. And when these things come, know that you are progressing fast. Those who want to be yogis and practice hard must take care of their diet at first. But for those who want only a little practice for everyday business sort of life, let them eat not too much, otherwise they may eat whatever they please. For those who want to make rapid progress and to practice hard, a strict diet is absolutely necessary. They will find it advantageous to live only on milk and cereals for some months. As the organizations become finer and finer, it will be found in the beginning that the least irregularity throws one out of balance. One bit of food, more or less, will disturb the whole system until one gets perfect control, and then one will be able to eat whatever one likes. When one begins to concentrate, the dropping of a pin will seem like a thunderbolt going through the brain. As the organs get finer, the perceptions get finer. These are the stages through which we have to pass, and all those who perceive will succeed. Give up all argumentation and other distractions. Is there anything in dry intellectual jargon? It only throws the mind off its balance and disturbs it. Things of subtler planes have to be realized. Will talking do that? So give up all vain talk. Read only those books which have been written by persons who've had realization. Be like the pearl oyster. There is a pretty Indian fable to the effect that if it rains when the star Swati is in the ascendant and a drop of rain falls into an oyster, the drop becomes a pearl. The oysters know this, so they come to the surface when that star shines and wait to catch the precious raindrop. When a drop falls into them, quickly the oyster close their shells and dive down to the bottom of the sea. They're there to patiently develop the drop into a pearl. We should be like that. First hear, then understand, and then, leaving all distractions, shut your minds to outside influences and devote yourself to developing the truth within you. There is a danger of frittering away your energies by taking up an idea only for its novelty and then giving it up for another that is newer. Take one thing up and do it, and see the end of it. And before you have seen the end, do not give it up. He who can become mad with an idea, he alone sees light. Those that take only a nibble here and a nibble there will never attain anything. They are titillate their nerves for a moment, and there it will end. They will be slaves in the hands of nature and will never get beyond the senses. Those who really want to be yogis must give up once for all this nibbling at things. Take up one idea, make that idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, live that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success, and this is the way great spiritual giants are produced. Others are mere talking machines. If we really want to be blessed and make others blessed, we must go deeper. The first step is not to disturb the mind, not to associate with persons whose ideas are disturbing. All of you know that certain persons, certain places, certain foods repel you. Avoid them. And those who want to go to the highest must avoid all company, good or bad. Practice hard. Whether you live or die does not matter. You have to plunge in and work without thinking of the result. If you are brave enough, in 6 months you will be the perfect yogi. But those who take up just a bit of it and little of everything else makes no progress. It is of no use simply to take a course of lessons. To those who are full of tamas, ignorant and dull, those whose minds never get fixed on an idea, who only crave for something to amuse them, religion and philosophy are simply objects of entertainment. These are the persevering. They hear a talk, think it very nice, and then go home and forget all about it. To succeed, you must have tremendous perseverance, tremendous will. I will drink the ocean, says the preserving soul. At my will, mountains will crumble up. Have that sort of energy, that sort of will. Work hard, and you will reach the goal.